probably noticed, I would like to start today bringing my favorite movie to the forum. Raise your hand if you have watched Karate Kid. That's awesome. So let me describe what is going on in this part of the movie. So Miyagi-san has some financial problems and Daniel wants to help. So he goes out of the city to find this rare and valuable bonsai tree that he wants to sell and use that money to help Mr. Miyagi. Something goes wrong and he got intercepted by some gang members. One of them take this tree and rip off the trunk. So Daniel take this tree to Miyagi-san, and Miyagi-san in tears tried to fix it. He taped it and he put it in a pot with soil and water. Later on, Daniel asks Mr. Miyagi if the tree will survive. And Mr. Miyagi responds, if the roots are strong, the tree will be okay. That line has a deep meaning for me now. And I would like to share a story with you. Why? So my story begins in 2010. I was working in Chilean Patagonia in a conservation project. So this is a picture of my office back then, and this was my sustainable car. Unfortunately, not all places in Patagonia look like this. Many places look like this. 100 years ago, the first settlers here used to set fire to clean the land for pasture. And many times, the fire got out of control. And this is the result. So part of my role there was to figure out how to put some native trees here and reforest. From my ignorance, I thought, reforestation, simple. You just buy the trees, put it in the ground, and then nature do the rest. It turns out that it's not that simple. Reforestation is species specific and location specific because of the weather conditions. So we had to learn from scratch, from the recollection of seeds, the work in the nursery, and the forestry management later on. May you guess what is the most important part in the reforestation? Roots. Again, roots like this. So when we are in the nursery, what we want is this compact root, because we will take these seedlings, we will transport the trees for 100 kilometers through roads in very bad shape, as any road in Patagonia. And we want this root keep all the soil together to protect the moisture. If the roots are not strong enough, the tree will be dead in a matter of hours. So roots is the key. After 2 years of work, we finally mastered the process, and we became experts on reforestation with native trees in Patagonia. We used to measure these little trees twice a year, and it was so rewarding to see that these little seedlings were becoming a whole new forest, and it was so tangible, so real. It was an impact that I was doing with my work. It was my little legacy, my little contribution to Patagonia, to my country. But then something horrible happened. 2 hours south is this beautiful and iconic national park in Chile called Torres del Paine. And because of the irresponsibility of one tourist, we had the biggest forest fire in the history of our country. We lost that week 44,000 acres. To give you some context, in 2 years of work, we planted the equivalent of Central Park in New York. In 7 days, we lost 3.5 Manhattan. The damage here was 55 times bigger than everything we did in 2 years.
And I remember that week, it was so sad. It was so painful to see this park burning because all the impact that I thought I was making suddenly was meaningless. What's the point to keep trying to put more trees if in a matter of hours everything gets reduced to nothing? I thought it's time for me to get another job because reforestation, it doesn't work. It was New Year's Eve and we took a break. My team, we went back to our families, we took a week off. When we came back to the office, after having some time to think about this, something changed. The mood was different. In the conversation among us, we realized that the real meaning of those 2 years of work was exactly prepare ourselves to face this kind of challenge. Because no one knew how to plant trees at a large scale in this location. No one. Sorry, only ourselves. We had no clue how to face the magnitude, but we felt that we had to do something, and I'm glad we did it. Reforest Patagonia was the campaign that we launched to raise awareness of how urgent it was to take action against deforestation in Patagonia. We created a virtual forest in the internet where anyone from anywhere could click a tree and donate for this project. Using GPS technology, we could tell you exactly where your tree will be planted, the spot, exactly. 180 companies partnered with us. They believed in us. They made our cause their cause, and they engaged their customers. And now, more than 2,000 volunteers apply every year to go to Patagonia, plant their own trees with their hands. From the beginning, we set a very ambitious goal. We wanted to see 1 million trees in Patagonia planted by us. Show me your thumbs up if you think we made it. We were not even close. And it was fantastic because until today, Reforest Patagonia tried to figure out how to reach this goal, which pushed us to be more innovative and more creative. The whole point of this talk is not about what we did in Patagonia 5 years ago. I'm here today to tell you something that you all probably know. You all have very strong roots. Your roots are your skills that you have acquired through your education, through your internship, through your research. You can do things that no one else can do. No one. We came to grad school to enhance these roots. Keep doing it because you will need them. At some point in your career, you will have your own fire. That fire is the moment in which everything you have fight for gets destroyed. Everything you have believed in is questioned. It's the moment when you think that it's time to quit. Because changing the world is too damn hard and it's too frustrating to see that you don't have the impact you want to see. I want to ask you only one thing today. When that moment arrives, please, don't drop it. Give it a thought and use those skills to make it happen. Because your roots may become in a whole new forest that will make the world a better place. Thank you.